Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today is Mailbag Monday. So not going to be as crazy of a day. We're just going to be going over some personal collection items that I've been acquiring over the past couple of weeks. And then we're going to actually be looking at some Prizm UFC cards. So you may not have been seeing a ton of these around. They just released, this was Prizm's first ever UFC set. So I've entered a couple of breaks, and I'll explain what breaks are once we get to those, if you guys don't know what breaks are. But, so yeah, going to be pretty chill video today. Not going to be doing anything super crazy. So, sit back, relax. Volume won't be that crazy either, so don't worry about that. But as always, we'll have the values in the upper left hand of the screen, so you guys can keep track as to what kind of we're looking at. But just a fair warning, I have a lot of Tom Brady cards. Tom Brady is my ultimate personal collection. So if you aren't a Tom Brady card collector or lover, if you don't like Tom Brady at all, you might want to skip ahead in the video to the UFC portion. So just a fair warning to all you guys who do not like Tom Brady. Before we get into the personal collection part of the video, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content. Drop a like on the video and drop a comment down below. Who are some of your personal collection players that you really enjoyed? Do you prefer collecting basketball or football? Are you enjoying UFC? Are you a soccer collector? Let me know in the comment section down below. And so let's look at these Brady cards. And so I'm going to start with the most current to oldest. So these span from actually this year to about, I want to say 2001. So we got some recent cards, some older cards. So here we go. So I have two of these right here. So these are the most recent select ones. These are his field levels. And then we have his contenders from 2019, his select from 2019. This is his field level as well. We've got some Prizm for Tom Brady, right here and right here. Got two of the same ones, little different. So almost the exact same picture, but one of these is 2019. You can see right there, 2019 and 2018. Bang bang. Then we have this guy right here, which is a silver elite Don Russ. This is from 2017, I believe. Yes, sir. 2017. This is a nice one right here. The majority of these cards are probably ranging between $2 to $10, I would say. Some of them I even got for free in some deals, depending. Like this one right here I got for free off of one of the cards that I bought from somebody. So, and this is one of them. So this is one of the cards that I bought off that guy, and I got this one for free. But so this is a Prestige 2014, 15 to 25 right there. Nothing special, nothing super crazy. I just really like those cards. This is another one that I think is super cool looking. Nice Tom Brady pose right there. Silver, tops platinum. You don't see a ton of these. This is another free one that I got off of somebody. Nothing super crazy, just 2012 Prestige. Then we're getting into 2007. So this is a 2007 tops. And then, yeah, so these are going to be the two oldest ones, or second two oldest ones. So these are both 2002. I got these in a deal off of eBay. Pretty good deal. I think I paid like $10, $15 for both of them. So this is his 2002 base card right here. As you can see right there, 2000, 2001. And of course, 2001 is, when they won the Super Bowl. He took over the starting job. And so this one is kind of cool. So they had a weekly wrap-up thing that they were doing. And so you can see here, has just a little weekly recap thing. But then this is kind of the coolest thing that I added to my Tom Brady personal collection that I really like. This is something I hadn't really seen before. It's kind of a football card. I wouldn't necessarily call it a football card. It's more of a collectible. So this is 2001. This is the oldest thing. So you pop this up. You have first, let's look this right here, authentic images Certificate of Authenticity. And it says, this genuine limited edition collectible has been produced to commemorate Tom Brady. Each piece is engraved with its very own number, very own limited edition number, and is accompanied by the Certificate of Authenticity, making it a true one-of-a-kind collectible. This exclusive collectible is limited to only 10,000 worldwide, and this is authenticated right there. And so here is the actual thing. And so this is actually 24 karat gold on the inside. Not like, fully gold or anything like that, but it's a little 24 karat gold. It's very big, so for comparison, this is a regular card in a top loader, no less. So that's kind of the size comparison for you. So there's that. That's the front, and this is the back. And so you can see it kind of has the football card aspect right here, where it has this 2001 statistics, which I think is pretty cool. So you have the Super Bowl win, right, and where he takes over, from Drew Bledsoe, and I think that's super cool. And this is one of the very few 2001 items you can really find or I could find for not super, super expensive, because the majority of 2000 and 2001, even though it was his second year, is still very expensive because, that was his first year really playing, and that's when he took over from Bledsoe, and so that kind of is an important part in his career. So, all right, that's going to be it for the personal collection part of the video. So now we are going to move on and look at some UFC Prizm. Let's go. All right. So I did say earlier that I was going to tell you guys what exactly a break is if you don't understand what that is. And so, really quick, so this is what the UFC cards look like. And so I entered multiple UFC Prizm hobby box breaks. And a break in this instance is when I pay X amount of money to somebody who has a specific box, right? In this case, it was a UFC Prizm hobby box, and I get a randomly generated team. And it can be done multiple different ways, but basically it's randomly selected. And so for UFC, it's weight classes. So you get a random weight class, and whatever weight class that you are selected in that random drawing, those are the cards that you get, right? So if we're looking at football, for instance, we could say it would be divisions. So if there's 8 divisions, potentially you could get the AFC West or the NFC North, right? In that type of random team drawing. In this instance, we're looking at UFC. And in UFC, there's weight classes. And so I have 4 breaks that we're going to be looking at. And these are the cards. And so the first break, I had the welterweight class. And so if you don't know UFC that well, don't worry. It's not going to overwhelm you. I'm not going to talk your ear off. I'm a pretty casual fan. I'm not super, super hardcore, but I do enjoy the sport. And if you don't watch UFC regularly, I would suggest starting to watch it. It is very entertaining. The storylines are very good, and it is a lot of fun to watch, especially since it's on the weekends. Usually you're just chilling, relaxing, especially there's not a ton of sports on right now. NBA season is kind of winding down. We're waiting for the playoffs to start. Baseball's, in full swing, but it's baseball. No football yet. Still waiting. But yeah. So, first up, we have Colby Covington. This is the Fearless insert. Prizm has this in all of their cards. So we're going to break it up as well. We're going to have the 3 piles. So this is an insert right here. And then next up we have Kamaru Usman, who is very, very good. He's a very good fighter. The champ, currently one of the best fighters probably in the UFC at the moment. And then in the middle, so these are going to be our base cards. So we'll kind of go through these real quick. So we have Jeff Neal, Robbie Lawler, who's a very good fighter as well. Another Jeff Neal, Mike Perry, and Gunnar Nelson, who is a very good wrestler. And he is from Iceland, which is very cool. So second pack of the base, we have Leon Edwards. We have Diego Sanchez. We have Neil Magny. A Kamaru Usman base, which is a very good card, in my opinion. So that's going in the hits pile. And then we have a Nate Diaz base, which is also a very good card, in my opinion. That's going in the hits pile. Nate Diaz is one of the best fighters in the UFC currently and probably ever, I would say. He definitely belongs in the hit pile. And so these are our rookie cards that we got. And so these are, decent guys. Michael Pereira is a pretty good up-and-coming fighter, I would say. I'm probably going to hold on to this card because he definitely has some potential in that welterweight division. Muslim Salikov, he's pretty good. Nothing crazy, but he's pretty good. We have Song Ki-Nan, who he's fairly promising, Very excited to see where he goes. But yeah, and then moving on to the last two that we got in this one, we have a Song Ki-Nan purple, and this one is numbered to, you guys can see that right there, 149. It's 141 out of 149, which is pretty cool. And then we have the Fireworks Kamaru Usman, which I think is a very cool insert. The one thing that these UFC cards do have going for them is they are very, very cool inserts. Like, the inserts just in general look very cool. So, all right, moving on to pile number 2. So, this one, I had the bantamweight division. And so, the majority of these are men's divisions, obviously. And the men's divisions are the ones that you want. However, there are some good hits that you can get out of the women's division, which we will see later on. So, to start it off, we have a silver Randy Costa, who is a fairly good up-and-coming fighter. He's very, very exciting prospect. And probably going to hold on to this card because you never know exactly where these guys are going to turn out, because one fight can, really make or break a UFC fighter's career, at least for the moment. And so all that hype that potentially can come in with a fight, and then can explode if they do win that and jump into title contention. So here's the base cards for our bantamweight. We have Uriah Faber, Sean O'Malley, who is one of the most exciting fighters right now in the UFC, I would say. And I wouldn't necessarily say this is a hit, but this would go in probably the middle pile. And then we have Corey Sandhagen, who is, he's okay. And then we have Marlon Moraes, who former champ, on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. I believe he's lost 2 straight. So not doing too hot. However, he still has that potential. And then for our last one, in this one, we have Rafael Asacunha. And then for our second pile of our base, we have Cody Stamen, excuse me. We have a Jose Aldo, who you probably have heard of Jose Aldo. He used to be very, very good. Not as good anymore, but he's still very good. Very good. Song Yadong, who's a very, very exciting fighter. Extremely exciting fighter. Has not panned out quite yet, but very exciting fighter. Very exciting fighter. A lot of these Chinese and Asian fighters are very, very exciting. Then we have Rob Font and Dominic Cruz. And if you don't know who Dominic Cruz is one of, if not the best, bantamweight fighters of all time. He's not on top at the moment, but he is one of the best of all time. So moving on to our rookies, we have Nathaniel Wood, Said Nurmagomedov, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. who his brother is a very, very good fighter. All right, it's brother or cousin, I believe. But they are related. And then we have Pedro Munoz and Murad Davashvili. And then for our last good card of this break, we had a orange Dominic Cruz. Not the gold, but it's numbered to 99, which is still very, very good. And it's Dominic Cruz, who's one of the best bantamweight fighters of all time. And so, very happy to have this card. I was very happy to see that pulled. Going on to our third of 4 breaks. And so all of these I watched live. So I've seen these cards. I know what they are. So that's why I'm not freaking out as much, because I did watch these live. They were streamed. So, just so you guys are aware and you aren't wondering. But so we have our first women's weight class that I pulled. It was the only one out of the 4 that I entered. And so we're going to be able to see that. So first up, we had a silver Alexis Davis. And I don't know as much about the women's classes. I'm much more of a men's class fighter. But I do know a little bit. So we have a Macy Barber, who's fairly good. This one is numbered to 199. So that's nice. We have our women's base, and we do have a hit in the women's that is very, very good. Very good. So we have this Vivian Araujo. We have Lauren Murphy, sorry. Cynthia Cavillo, Caitlin Chukagian. A lot of these UFC fighters have very odd names, I will say. Then we have Jessica I, the simplest name in the world. And then we have Jennifer Maia, who's very good. Antonia Shevchenko, who, hint, hint, we might be seeing somebody with a similar name. Then we have the Macy Barber base. And then moving on to our hits, our last 2 hits out of the women's sections. We had a Valentina Shevchenko red, which is numbered to 275. Now this was a very, very nice card. This is worth a good bit. I believe this is worth around $75 to $100. Of course, the price will be, up there. But this is a very good card. She's a very, very good fighter. She is by far and away the best fighter, I would say, in the flyweight division. So that was a very, very nice hit. Very nice hit to get. And then Jessica Andrade, who is very, very good as well. Obviously, it's not a Shevchenko hit, but it's still a nice hit. And then moving on to our 4th and final one, we have, to start it off, a Sean O'Malley silver, which is another very, very good card. I believe this one is around $75 to $100 as well. As I stated before. So we pulled bantamweight twice. We pulled it twice in this break. So that was pretty nice. So we got a silver Sean O'Malley, which is a very nice hit. And then we pulled another one, somebody we've seen before. This time it's Song Yadong in a green, and this is numbered to 75. This is another very good hit. I believe this is around $25 to $30, which I'll probably hold on to this one, though, because this is a very, very nice card. And depending on how he does, this could just shoot up in value, if he decides he wants to tear it up in the division. And here's the first little pack of our base. We have Cody Stamann again. We have a Corey Sandhagen again. Song Yadong again. Rob Font again. And Uriah Faber again. And then for our second pack of the base, Dominic Cruz, Rafael Acuna, Marlon Moraes, Sean O'Malley, Frankie Edgar, and Josh Dodson. Or John Dodson, excuse me. And then for our rookies that we pulled, we have Pedro Munoz, Nathaniel Wood, and Merab Devashvili. And all right, are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? Bang! We pulled an auto. We pulled an auto. We got an auto out of a break. Now, not the best auto. I'm not going to lie. Would have been a better auto to pull if this set came out like 2 years ago when he was really, really good. You know, the former champ. On a bit of a downtrend at the moment. But it's still, you know, it's still an auto. It's still a very, very cool card to pull. And then our last one was the current champ of the division, Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling, however you want to say it. So the last two cards that we got, two very, very good cards. You know, and overall, I didn't hit any crazy, crazy cards. I had some friends that hit insane cards out of these breaks. Like I'm talking like $500 to $1,000 cards off of $80 to $90 spots that they purchased, which was crazy. And so, you know, here's the thing, right? Breaks are super, super fun. They definitely are not for everyone. If you don't like gambling, 100% do not buy into these. This is not guaranteed. This is, you know, something that I really wanted to do because I wanted some UFC cards, and at the, you know, time of this, there wasn't any retail, which we will be getting some UFC retail. None is dropped currently in my area, and I wasn't able to secure any online yet, but we will be getting some. I'll, you know, if I have to, I will buy it off of eBay. I don't want to, but I will. So I'm very, very excited for that retail of UFC. But so I bought into some hobby, you know, and realistically, maybe not the smartest thing in the world to do, but it was a lot of fun. And I got some really cool cards and cards that you won't be able to get out of, you know, retail packs and stuff like that. So real quick to close it off, let's go through our hits that, you know, we hit, I guess, in the breaks. So we had this Marlon Moraes auto, the Aljamain Sterling silver, Song Yadong green, Sean O'Malley silver, Jessica Andrade silver, Valentina Shevchenko red, Macy Barber blue, Alexis Davis silver, Dominic Cruz orange, and Randy Costa silver, along with the Song Kenan purple. And then our two kind of base card hits that were nice were Nate Diaz and Kamaru Usman. So out of those highlights, I would say the auto, Sterling was nice. That right there, definitely that. That. So here's what we're going to close out on. Is these 1, 2, 3, 5 cards. Right here. Bang. That's what I would say right there. So overall, I'm very satisfied, you know, with the UFC product as a whole. I hope if you guys were wondering, you know, what they look like, you know, I gave you good insight into it. I'm not the most hardcore fan, but I am a pretty casual fan. I enjoy the sport a lot, and I think it's super cool to watch, and I'm very happy that there's finally cards for it, you know, because we all love sports cards, and more sports cards the merrier, I say. So that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun recording this and getting all this stuff for you guys. And if you enjoyed seeing all this, please drop a subscription on the channel. It means a lot. It helps a lot. Around 90% of you, 90% who view this video are not subscribed to the channel. So please hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment down below. What are some other breaks potentially you want me to get into? Do you want me to start doing some breaks on this channel, because I definitely can do that. I've got a lot of product. I'm sure that you guys would be interested. So just let me know in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.